bikes have a colourful past, but it must be 15 years at least since I last mounted a saddle on two wheels. One of the very last occasions would have been the rainy, torturous family holiday on the Isle of Egg, where the husband, now the ex, declared we were going back to basics for the week. That involved no car, no TV, and relying on a diet of oats and lentils for sustenance. The bikes we took with us were our saving grace. It meant we had an escape mode. While the ex was doing fatherly duties, chopping wood to keep his dear dependents warm later that night, we, that's me and the three youngsters, would enthusiastically declare we were going out for a spin and would then hurtle down the bumpy hill at top speed, hunger rumbling in our tummies, with the wind, it was always windy on Egg, blasting through our hair, all the way down to the little cafe at the ferry pier for bacon sandwiches, and I'm sure I remember cake, lots of cake. To be honest, family cycling trips were not the most joyous affairs. The young folks still grimace now. The ex had an irritating habit of zooming ahead and then circling like a bird of prey, waiting for us to catch up. The bribes of one more hill, just get to the top and then it's picnic time, worked now and again to keep up morale. My youngest, Millie, in an attempt to bring the agony of the day's cycle to an early finish, would often throw herself off her bike, always onto the softest of verges, and whip the wheels on top of herself, feigning a dazed and distressed look. Tough luck, no sympathy there. Come on, get back on your bike and carry on. Then there was the time that Harry, exhausted, dismounted to take 40 winks on a bench outside a post office on North Uist, and was mortified to wake and see the school bus had pulled up, and he was on full view of a crowd of mocking faces pressed up tightly against its windows. Wow, look at Softy, tourist boy. So, dear listeners, it's with some understandable trepidation that I'm now on my way to attempt to reacquaint myself with riding a bike and to find out if riding a bike after such a long time really will be, well, as easy as riding a bike. I'm meeting up with cycle-savvy Stacey Holloway from Connell-based outdoors adventure company WayOutside, who's offered to lend me a bike and get me back on the road, although I'm rather hoping it's going to be a cycle path. I'm all for social distancing from cars. The further, the better. Hi, Stacey.
Hi, Kathie.
I'm a bit nervous.
That's all right. We'll take good care of you.
Let's go and have a look at these bikes then, shall we? I hope mine's the sturdiest.
Yeah, yours is my old faithful commuting bike that I've had for about 5 years, and it was second-hand when I got it, and it's been my method of getting to work through all weathers when I lived in Cambridge and London. So she'll be kind to you.
Yeah, I know. She looks quite big, actually.
No, it's good. She's good.
Okay.
What I'll do is I'll set you up with a helmet.
Right.
And then we'll just push them out down to the flat bit of the road, and we'll head up over to North Connell.
Okay, all right. Okay, let's have a look at the helmets then.
I've got two, so pick whichever fits you best.
Okay, let's have a go.
Blue one or flowery one.
As long as it keeps my head safe, I don't care. Go for the blue one. So we're going to head out down to the bridge. We're going to ride to the bridge,
We'll
are we?
ride to the bridge on the road, but if the hill's a bit steep, we can just push the bike up and then push the bike over the bridge.
Okay.
And then once we're over there, it's the Route 78, so it's fully off the road.
Oh,
No
I like the
cars,
sound of that.
totally flat, totally paved, all on the sea.
You don't know how happy that makes
So
me.
it's like the nice route, and it's actually now goes all the way from North Connell to Fort William without having to go on the road. So they just finished, just before lockdown, the part at Dura, which was missing.
Oh, yes,
So you
yeah.
used to have to do 2 miles on the road at Dura. But now, I think, we actually haven't tried all the way to Fort William, so I'm not sure all the way to Fort William, but all the way to Ballachulish. And get there on the bike now without going on the road.
That's good, isn't it? So how many miles is that then? That must be going on
about
for...
40.
Okay, and then 40 all the way back.
Don't worry, I'm not taking that far.
Stop! I want to go back.
So you're my third confidence boost cycle ride that I've done since we've gone into phase 2. So
Okay, so what's it all about? Tell me about the confidence boost. How does it work?
So just before lockdown, before COVID, try that. Max and I both did the Scottish cycling ride leader course. So we went all the way to Greenock in terrible weather and did a day there.
Not on your bike?
No, we drove the van with the bikes in. It was just quite a shame to actually have to then take a vehicle when you're going on a cycling course, but we couldn't get there on the train if we cycled. So we did a day there, and the idea was we were meant to then do a couple of like family friendly sort of group rides on 78 in April, and we couldn't do it because we got into lockdown. So we got into phase 2, and actually during lockdown we've seen so many people cycling. It's been brilliant. So we've seen families cycling, groups of teenagers together cycling, and the 78, which was where I'm going to take you, has been packed with cyclists, like from little toddlers on doing the little balance bikes, to like, you know, quite older people cycling.
Like me, Stacey.
Way older than you. We've seen adults teaching adults to cycle as well there. So you've seen people who can't cycle. Max was like, is that man drunk? And I'm like, no, he just doesn't know how to ride. He's learning to ride a bike. He's not drunk.
With your stabilisers.
And so it's been really, really good. But one of the sad things we've seen is even in Connaught, which is a 30-mile-per-hour area, we see a lot of people, adults as well as kids, they're not able to ride on the road because they're too afraid with the cars. And I just feel it's such a shame because it's a 30-mile-per-hour area. People should feel confident to be able to cycle. It's a village. And it's not like their fault. I mean, the cars do come quite fast and they're very eager to overtake. So part of doing the cycle ride as well is like it's looking at, when we took kids, it's looking at what skills have they got, how can we then help the parents find what skills the kids need, but before they take them onto the road. And a lot of it though has been wanting to take adults out on the road and showing them how to position on the road, how to like manage certain junctions. One of the tricky junctions we've got is when you're coming from Ganavan back to Oban.
Yeah.
And you have to do the 2 roundabouts at the Corn Halls. So this is a really tricky one, and we see cyclists, because they're scared, they end up actually putting themselves more at risk. So they end up, say you want to turn right, sometimes you see them end up going quite close to Corn Halls entrance and then trying to come back out again. So as a car driver you may think they're going to go left, not right.
Oh, okay.
And it's difficult because it's uphill, so as a cyclist, if you've not indicated early enough, you're trying to indicate while cycling uphill into a roundabout, having just come off roundabouts. It's a really tricky junction. So that was one of the ones I've done as well.
Okay.
So yeah, what we'll do is when we go out, I'll take that position in the lane and you'll be next to me.
I'll follow you.
No, you'll be next to me.
Next to you?
You can cycle side by side. That's totally within the law.
Okay.
And we're only doing such a small section of the road, we're not going to inconvenience anybody.
Okay. Are you on the off side? Am I going to be on the near side? Am I going to be near
right.
So I'll be on the pavement. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. All right.
I can be slightly behind you, so you hit me first. So. No,
Okay.
no one's going to hit you.
Okay. So we've got helmets on.
Yeah, we've got our bikes. I've checked your bike.
Okay. Good.
So normally I would make you check your bike.
So what are the kind of things you would check
Right,
for then?
have you ridden a bike? When was the last time you rode a bike?
I think it was about 15 plus years ago.
Okay, so
it's a long time ago. It's a long time
So if you're
ago.
not comfortable going on the road straight away, we can just push our bikes up to the bridge. Like, I'm absolutely fine
Do I
with
look
that.
terrified?
No, because I don't want to push you. I don't want to. Sorry, this is your back brake,
Okay.
front brake. You're in. I'll change your gear for you, so that you're in something nice. I think what we're in E6 or. Oh no, you're in. So it's going to be really easy. So that's going to be not a difficult gear to pedal.
Okay.
Which is going to be fine because you're going to go flat then up a hill.
So that's on what? That's
2.
2. Okay. So the higher.
So the higher the number, like it's more like the harder it is to pedal.
So it's
So
easier.
you'd go faster
Okay.
if you're on a flat, but if it's on 2, you're going to spin quicker. So there's going to
Okay.
be less resistance, which makes it
Okay.
easier going up a hill.
Okay. All right.
But once you're on the cycle path, you probably want to be on 3 or 4,
Okay.
and you just twist it forward. But I can run you through that.
Okay.
You don't need to touch this one. Don't worry about those. I don't even think this bike can handle it if you change
Okay.
that gear.
So brakes wise, the brakes are here, aren't
and
they?
you pull both
So
at the same time.
that's what I was going to ask you.
If you look at both at the same time, and obviously if you're going to stop, you brake, then you put your foot down.
Brake and then the feet.
Don't put your feet first. What shoes? Oh, good. You got
It's
proper
okay.
shoes on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not flip flops.
Flip flops. No. Okay.
And it's not raining. It's not dark. It's not windy. Got your stuff in your panning bag.
So we're ready to go.
Yeah. Should we push the bikes up?
Yeah. Okay. Hang on. Oh, is there a bell?
I think there is. Yeah.
I'm on my way.
Yeah. It's always polite to ring that, just so people know you're coming up. Bikes are quite silent, so if you don't tell them, you don't speak to them or don't ring, they won't know you're there.
Okay. All right. So an excuse.
I've got one too.
Right. I have room to. Anyway, I'll just have to give it a go, Stacey. I'm just going to have to be brave. I have to just get on it, aren't I, and go for it. Right.
Hop on, leg through the middle.
Hop on, leg through the middle. Okay.
Okay, so when you're on the seat, you won't be able to touch the floor, but that's fine. So how do you start? You can start cycling two ways. So you can either do like a scooter, so your foot's down, and then you get off the seat.
Okay.
And then you remember you're going to
Brake and then.
off your seat, put your foot down.
Okay, I'm not really sure which way to go.
Is put your pedal at 2 o'clock.
Yeah, I
and
think
then
that's.
stand up and sit down.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's the way that you can.
If okay, I'm just a bit worried about sort of turning corners.
That's okay.
So if I start going up and out of the,
Straight.
if I start going out, is that okay? Okay. Ooh,
Let's push them to the top now.
that was okay. I think if I could see like a straight sort of bit,
Yeah.
I think I'd have been okay. I think it's just that sort of first thing, isn't it? I think once I get on and get going. Oh, hello, big lorry.
So if you go the other side of me, and then get your
So which way are we going to go? Of course, yeah,
but
okay.
only to the pub. We'll pull into their car park.
Oh God, I can't get that thing. Okay.
Nothing coming. Just push off and ready.
And we're away. Woo. Okay, thank you for that. Oh, I'm quite liking the flow of the air under the armpits. Ooh, ooh, going quite quick actually. Together and together. Okay. Oh, that's rather refreshing. Oh, great view of the Falls of Laura rushing by. Now that's the thing, because if I see things I'll be wanting to look at them, but I suppose I should keep my eyes on the road really.
The road's not going anywhere.
Okay, are we going right in front of the pub? And then brake. Oh, that was quite easy. Okay, I think it's just reminding myself of these things, doing it a few times.
Yeah, we'll push it up the hill because the hill's a bit more.
Okay. Okay. So what's the difference with a commuter bike then? It's what, more solid and just doesn't have all the fancy big wheels.
Going up the hills and that is not going to be much fun. Oh, well done for surviving, Kathie. How are you feeling now?
It was good. It was good. I've enjoyed it. I enjoyed the feeling. I'm glad I can get on and off a bike because that was my main worry. And I think I'll do it again.
Yeah?
One question though.
Okay.
Can you get comfier seats?
Yes. You can get shorts as well that have a pad in them.
Padding.
Padded shorts. That seat's not too bad, but what you can also just get like a silicone topper that you can just add onto your seat to make it much comfier.
We'll just have a few cushions.
I used to
and tie
have
them
one.
on.
I used to have like a, you know, like the thing you use for under your wrist when using a mouse. You know,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah,
that, but like a
support.
cushion to go on the bike.
Little buttock
But your
support.
bum gets used to it.
Does it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it does.
I believe you.
It does
I
get
believe
used
you.
to it.
Oh, well, thanks so much, Stacey.
No, thank you for coming
And I'll,
out.
See you on the cycle path again
Yeah,
sometime.
it's great. Thanks very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Kathie Goes Cycling was written and presented by Kathie Griffiths. The music was by Chris Bennett, and the editor was Stephen Day. It was a YVEX Media production for the Oban Times.